$750 a month for Joshua and Destiny?
Yes.
And were you married to their mother?
Yes.
I'm sorry. And her name was Tabitha?
Yes.
And when were you divorced?
In February of 2010.
And in what county and state?
St. Louis. All these questions necessary.
I placed a standing objection on the record.
Okay. Do I have to answer, or do I still have to answer?
You have to answer the question.
I would just note that you're having a conversation with the deponent, just for the record.
I'm indicating that he has to answer the questions.
Okay. Oh, I'm going to go back on this. So when someone says to you, where is your residence, well, tell me what your answer is.
I let them know where I live.
And where would you say that is?
My apartment, 208 Victory Way Lane.
Okay, so that would be where you actually reside. Reside. Do you have a driver's license?
Yes.
And what address is on that?
2008 Victory Way Lane.
And when you refer to your babies, your two teenagers, do they live primarily with their mother? If you're traveling so much?
Well, she has them if I don't, come back like in 1 week or so. Of course, they're with her, but we have joint custody. So she has them half of the week, I have them the other half.
Except you say you travel so much that you're not really around.
And what I did tell you, I try to come back like on the weekends. That's what my time is.
So do you see your children every weekend?
Mostly.
Okay. And that would be in the apartment?
Yes, or wherever we go. They've come out to the residential center too, so.
To sleep overnight?
Yeah, they've done that before.
Now, has Debbie Frazier ever been to the residential center?
Is that something I should answer, or? Yes, she has.
And when was that?
When was the last time? I think the 4th of July was, no, I don't. I'm trying to remember if the 4th of July was the accurate time, because we had the staff out, so I think she was there.
And would she have swam in the pool there? Pardon me?
I'm not sure.
Are there dogs there?
Dogs?
Yeah, are there ever dogs that are at the residential center?
No.
So when Debbie Frazier goes to St. Louis, do you know where she goes or stays when she's there?
No, I don't know all of that information. I know when she has come, people from my staff, when we do crusades, they stay in a hotel. Yeah.
What do you mean when you do crusades?
Well, I do crusades all over the country, so if I carry our team to St. Louis, of course we've done that, where we have a bigger crusade than the team from Taylor and Arizona and other places come in, and they get hotels.
How many times do you have crusades in St. Louis?
Well, now with my schedule, it's only once a year now, because I can't hold them 4 times a year like I used to.
What is Deborah Frazier's relationship to JMMI?
She is, first of all, a wonderful mother And
I'm asking about JMMI.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm getting there. Just hold yours. So, and she really is a worker, a very diligent worker in the ministry.
What does that mean?
Well, she helps service people, help people.
Tell me what that means.
Poor,
Tell me what that
poor.
means. Where do they feed the poor?
Well, you know, before, of course, that the food bank moved out, she was also helping in that with our ministry.
Okay, I don't know anything about...
A food bank, you don't understand that?
No, you said before it moved out. I don't know anything about a food bank moving out.
Yeah, well, we had...
Out of where?
Out of our building. They wanted to get a bigger place. So, but for about,
Right.
what, 6 years, we housed a food bank.
Hold on a sec.
Okay, well,
Food bank moved out of your building. What building are you talking about?
Taylor.
Taylor.
Here in Taylor, yes.
So there was a food bank
Yes.
in what building?
In the Taylor building, on Superior Road. That. But it's no longer there. But you know, those are the kind of services she would do, where she would help. Our ministry would join with them. Like I say, I let the building out to different ministries to do different multiple things. So they would
For free?
Yes, for free.
Okay, so there was a food bank, and you're saying that Deborah Frazier worked at the food bank?
She helped some. She didn't just work all the time, but that's the kind of work that she would do.
When did the food bank leave?
When was that? Earlier this year. They went to try to get a bigger place, I guess.
What was it called? Food bank?
You know, that's the name they used. That's the name they used. So I don't.
They have a sign that said food bank?
Yeah, probably something like
Well, I mean, do you know or not know?
I just don't. I'm not really sure. All I know is that that's the common word that they would use, and they would bring gleaners in, 18-wheeler truck, and just feed hundreds of families.
Do you know what agency was involved in this? Who organized the food bank?
It was a ministry that was connected with us, so I don't have all that information.
Well, when somebody comes to you and says, can we use part of your building to feed the poor, do you ask who they are?
Of course.
Okay, and who were these folks?
They were a ministry that came in, you know, they were more so feeding the poor.
Right, but by what name were they known?
Okay, see, they, you know, I don't know, they didn't go by a name like that. I know they were established and incorporated. I could just tell you their names as individuals, but their organization, we were really covering them and supporting that and helping that.
What do you mean you were covering them?
Well, you know, they needed a place to do that out of and a place to bring the 18-wheeler to feed many people.
You said they were incorporated?
Mm-hmm.
But
their name, yes. But their name, I don't know their name. I don't know their official name. I just know it was a ministry team, and they were doing this work.
Okay, when Miss Frazier goes to St. Louis, what does she do for you or the ministry or whoever?
Well, when she goes to St. Louis, she works in the crusades. Like if I'm having a service there, she ushers.
Where would this physically be?
The crusade?
Right.
At a friend of mine, a bishop's church, who has a large facility in the suburb.
In the suburb?
Mm-hmm.
What city?
Florissant, Missouri.
Can you spell that again?
Florissant.
What's the bishop's name?
Bishop Matthew Ferguson.
And what's the name of the church?
Abundant Life Fellowship.
And do you have an address?
I really don't know it.
So the crusade goes only once a year, isn't it?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, but Debbie Frazier goes to St. Louis and works for you much more frequently than once a year.
Of course. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So she does a crusade once a year, and when would that be?
We usually do it right after the spring, or
after the spring?
Yeah,
you mean in
the crusade.
summer?
You're talking about the crusade in St. Louis, right?
Right.
Okay, yeah.
So
After
would
the
that mean
spring-
summer?
Yeah, you probably say the beginning of summer.
You don't have it at the same time every year?
No, we can't. The schedule is too sporadic to do that.
Okay, and how long does it last?
About 3 days.
And what exactly would Deborah Frazier do to assist in the crusade?
She ushers. She mostly and any type of help that is needed by anybody coming in assistance, she assists them.
All right, give me an example of what that would mean.
Like if someone coming in a wheelchair or something like that, and she's helping them. She's a great parent.
A great parent?
Yes, she's a great parent
Okay,
and a great help.
what does that have to do with what she does at St. Louis?
Oh, I think her being a great parent has a lot to do with the way her character is in the ministry too.
Do you realize she has only supervised visits with her children?
Oh, I know all of that. Yes.
Okay. She talks to you about that?
Should I?
You don't have
answer
to look
something
at,
like that?
at your lawyer. I'm asking you the question.
Well, I'm going to object
Yeah.
based on privilege between a priest and penitent.
Yes.
Priest?
He's got the priest-penitent privilege. He doesn't have to answer any questions specific to conversations with his members.
Exactly.
I don't think he's a priest.
It's
So are
called the
you-
priest-penitent privilege. Doesn't have
I'm-
to be a priest. You can be a minister.
you have a cite
or
for that?
rabbi. No, I don't.
I'm just going to make, again,
Does she put her
there's a
back?
certain decorum in these depositions. I'm going to raise an objection.
Does she-
There's two things that are happening with your client. One, he's glaring. Two, he's making comments. It's inappropriate. That's unprofessional. You're the
Right.
attorney. If he wants to participate, he shouldn't be glaring, shaking his head, rolling his eyes, and making comments. He's allowed to be here. He's not. That's not appropriate for
And
him
I
to be here.
concur
Okay.
in that objection.
That's fine.
Let's take a 5-minute break. I need to use your restroom.
Go ahead. It's 401,
I'll
just
direct-
for,
duplicate. Back on the record, 404, just 2.
all right, Mr. Taylor, I'm going to show you Exhibit 1. I'm going to ask you if this is what you have referred to as the residential center.
I see it before you answer.
Yes, this is.
Okay, and you can tell me how many pages are on that exhibit?
It's 6.
And is it accurate that all those pages are pictures of the residential center?
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay.
And what do you want?
Same.
I thought you just did.
I looked at page 1.
Yeah. Is that also referred to as the ministry house?
It could be, yeah. I mean, yes. But
Yes.
we usually say professionally residential center, so
But sometimes it's referred to as the ministry house?
yes.
And is there any other place that's referred to as the ministry house?
I think there's another location where the ministry have already, I think, started buying a place, and it's a place for some of the staff where they stay, where I provide a place if someone wants to do intern in the ministry. So I provide a place for
Where's
them
that?
to stay. It's in St. Louis.
And what's the address for that?
I don't know. I don't have that because it's recent, so it's not.
Would you be able to provide that
Yeah, we can provide
with
that for you.
the other documents you're going to give me before your next
Of
deposition?
course, yes, exactly.
And just for the record, I would note over Mr. Jenkins' statements that we dispute that my client is glaring or doing anything inappropriate. He is looking at David Taylor, AKA the prophet, I'm sorry, the apostle, because that is the person who is speaking. And he is not rolling his eyes. He is talking to me on occasion,
Today
which
what
is
we're gonna talk
perfectly
about
acceptable for him to
is
talk to his attorney. I would just like the
KOGGC
record to
court leader
reflect
Davey
that.
Taylor,
So back to the
court cases
questions.
deposition.
Record reflects that he's been making
This is
statements
where it all started. We don't need to go over the
regularly,
deposition.
verbally,
We all know
while
why
he's
we're
been
here
sitting
together.
there.
Right,
you're
to me.
talking-
This shit stain right here of what he did, right? Goes in as a witness, comes out looking like a complete fucking criminal, all right? That's why we're all here. This is where it all starts. However, what a lot of people I've noticed haven't been talking about, and this is just from my point of view, maybe there is, but the other cases after this that preceded this case. And has anybody ever really stopped? I know we have. We fucking dissected all of his cases multiple times over. David did something really interesting. All right. David managed to have 3 cases all intertwined with each other. It was really amazing. It really was. And we've looked at it multiple times over, man. This is insane. Okay, so we have, this was the very last case, 24SL-CC02396. 18SL-CC02174, and Movie Prop Rentals. And this one, all the dates started intertwining because he had been tied up in so many court cases within the same amount of time that some of the days, like he was supposed to be paying court filings for people, he was tied up in another court case in Florida. Yeah, Bubba, Joe. Bubba, that's his name. It really was. And like, to go over the dates. Okay, so this is 24SL. Okay, there's the petition for that. That's Movie Prop Rentals, the main filing. That's 18SL. That's for Harold Lewis. Okay, so we got that. That's the petition. Main filing, Harold Lewis. Now we got the main case we're at now. Okay. David was balling like he played on Sundays. Yeah. Well, and that's the thing, Lavelle, right? When you look at David, like, dude, if he's making $35,000 a year, even if he saved all that money, there's no way he would have been raking in the cash the way he did. I listened to the demo to fall asleep yesterday. The demo. Oh, the court? Oh, the court. Oh, dude, listening to the judge just ripping to David. I love it. Oh, I listen to it a lot too. I'm like, God, it was so just like, okay, finally. Yeah, hey, you know what, Skilo? That's the thing. Jesus made it very clear it's not about the money. He really did. Oh, okay. Well, 3 hots and a cot. Yeah. Yeah, Dave's getting 3 hots and a cot. Yep. Jail friends, yeah. Yep. Okay. So 24SL, let's start. Okay, we'll start from the back and work forward. Okay. Okay, so the first case was a deposition. This one right here, okay? And this ultimately came back around to bite him in the ass. Big time. Big time, all right? Now check this out. How this one came back around to bite him in the ass, okay? David breached the contract with Harold Lewis. It came to back around to bite him like... Had David just paid the fucking bill, my God, he wouldn't have been paying so much for this property. Okay, so the original filing happened on 5/29/2018. It's 4 years after the deposition. Okay. It's 4 years after. They drug this case out, and it's for breach of contract. I'll show you the entry. Right there, breach of contract. Okay. Breach of contract right there. That's what it was for. Yeah, he lied to pretrial services. Parbs, that's the thing. Yeah, he lied to pretrial services. He might as well just walked in and lied to the judge, because that's what pretrial services does. It gets all the information for the judge. You lie to pretrial services. Hey, what's up, Fitzer? You lie to pretrial services, you're lying to the judge, man. You don't want to do that. Like, that's the thing. The one place that David should be honest is in court and sit there and take his fucking licks like a little fucking man he is. Yeah, I don't think David's being glorified and thriving in prison. Pretty sure he's a target now that child abuse has been put on the table. Okay, so breach of contract. 15400 Tim Page, the residential center, which we heard about in the deposition. All right, so he breaches a contract. Whatever happened, probably doesn't pay Harold. Okay, that's the only thing that would have happened. Didn't pay Harold. Okay. So ascending, filed in 2018. It finally ended in right here, 2022. So 4 years. 4 years it took for them to fucking settle this case. Yeah, that judge was disgusted by David. You could tell in her voice. I don't know if she was disgusted, but she was like, yeah, this is a problem, Mr. Taylor. So they reached a confidential structured settlement, cause rest for status or dismissal on July 22nd, 2022. So they drug this case out for 4 years. I know, look at his smug fucking face. Look at him. Michelle's on house arrest, dude. She better be where she's supposed to be. That's all I could say. That is all I could say, because she's got court in about a week today. Yeah, Michelle's got court in, I think, about a week or so. Hey, what's up, Cali Connected? So her ass better be where she's supposed to be. That's all I could say. You don't fuck with these people, man. They'll just put her right back in jail. They'll be like, oh, you don't want to listen to us? Hey, what's up, curly girl? What up, curly girl? All right, so dismissed 2022. That's the first case, all right? This is kind of where all the cases start snowballing one after the other, all right? 2018, 2022, movie prop rentals. These cases, okay, this is movie prop right here. This one was pretty big. Now, okay, movie prop. Background on movie prop. Hey, what's up, Carter Bing? Movie prop rentals was David's idea of building this fucking ridiculous stage, right? To build this stupid fucking stage. He was going to take it to the Amway Arena. This thing was fucking monstrous. It's 255 feet wide. Dumbest idea ever, okay? Blew money. Didn't finish the fucking stage. Took this to court. And not only that, I went back and checked. I checked these dates. I double checked all these dates right here. And some of these dates coincide with this case right here, 18SL-CC02174, which is the Harold Lewis case. Then he gets sued. Yeah, exactly. All right. Then he gets sued for not paying the lawyers on 18SL-2174. Okay, so the case in 2018, it overlaps with movie prop rentals. Not only that, like, I don't even think he had finished paying off these lawyers. Then this case, here's a petition for this one. This one was the best right here. This petition, because this laid it all out. Hey, what up, RC? This one laid it all out, how David was fucking buying up properties, how the lawyers had just spent countless hours. Look, right here, $330,000 plus fees is what this firm charged David. That was their invoice for David's court case right here with Harold Lewis. $300,000 fucking dollars. Oh, hey, no, I'm not going to pay you guys because you didn't represent me properly. Well, okay, we're just going to take you to court. All right. So here's the petition for that. 1,700 hours on the case. Okay, until it filed a motion to withdraw because David wasn't fucking paying him. You guys want to know why? Well, because then he started building the fucking stage. He started getting tied up with 18SL, and then bam, he gets sued 24SL. But at the same time, he's got this lawsuit going on too. David was paying lawyers on 3 fronts. 3 fronts, man. 3 different fronts David was paying attorneys on. Now he's got a 4th one he's got to pay. Like, David must like to pay lawyers. Hey, Skilo, we all smelled it, dude. We all smelled this bullshit. So these cases all intertwine. Movie prop. This is the petition for 24SL right here. Here's the petition. Okay. If anybody wants to read that petition, there's the petition right there. Okay. That's the petition. That's the PDF. This is the main filing for movie prop rentals right here. Bam. Anybody wants to read this? That's the case number. Yeah. Okay. That's that petition. Okay. Yeah. Oh, dude. Curly, I don't even want to know how much money he blew on lawyers. It has to have been in the fucking millions for sure. It has to be in the millions by now, I'm guessing. I don't know. It's got to be a lot. Total low life. Yeah. And this was all done on the donor money. And that's the one thing we always talk about here is David did all this on the back of the donors. When has David ever had a full-time job, everybody? When has David ever had a full-time job? Hit that like too if you're just tuning in, man. We're talking about all the court cases and why we're all here ultimately. They don't have jail in jail. Vicky Richards just says they don't have jail in jail. Facts. All right, hang on a second here. All right, there we go. You know, Curly, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out. I mean, I don't think it's tens of millions. I mean, 300,000, that's just one case. Hey, what's up, Marketing Slime? What up, what up, what up? We're talking about all the court cases, how they all kind of like David managed to get them all like dates, you know, mingling. Hey, what's up, Irie Dread? Yeah. It was an absolute mess what he did. He was fighting he was paying two cases at one time. Absolutely insanity, man. Hey, thanks for the seed, Arlen. Got the seed bell. Seed time, seed bell. Rise Ali, please shut the seed bell up. A seed. Seed time. It's time for seeds, everybody. David's all, fuck that. Send my seeds to jail. Just send me top ramen. Exactly, Copper. That's what I say. We've always said here. All this money right here that David was paying for this stage that he said he was going to take to Amway, guess where all that all came from? The donors. And I did the math here. This is, it's right around 600, I think. This is right around 600. So all in all, just with this stage case, like the down payment was like 250. Let's take a peek here. Yep, 150. Yep, so they paid 250 for the deposit plus that's 800. It was insane. Then they paid the lawyer fees on top of it. Okay? So they paid the lawyer fees on top of that for the case, everything. Now, also with Harold Lewis, I mean, they were hemorrhaging money between 18 and now, right? They were just bleeding money, you guys. They were fucking hemorrhaging money. Oh yeah, he still owes storage fees. And guess what? I've informed these lawyers that David's now in jail. The lawyers on this case, William Tuttle, very nice man. I've talked to him a few times. Real nice guy. I was like, hey, he's in jail now. They know. They are very aware where he's at, and I'm sure they're probably making calls. Hey, we want our fucking money. He hasn't paid us yet. He still owes Movie Prop Rentals money. He was supposed to pay him $70,000 a month, and he didn't. He fucking blew him off. He should have stuck with the original 100 feet wide, but David's ego got away from him as usual, right? And this project ballooned to fucking 1.2 million. Oh, Catherine's a fucking psycho, dude. I don't even want to deal with Catherine right now. Catherine's got her own problems. Trust me. Catherine's got her own fucking problems. I'm not cursing. I'm not cursing. Okay, so all in all, 258. So about $1 million plus the lawyer fees. They can. They'll put liens. They'll start putting liens on all this shit. They got cars. They got houses. Irie Dread. I mean, who said I was Christian? Who said I was Christian? Rock Island. Who said I was Christian? And classic David, he didn't pay. Yeah, classic David. He's like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna go and stretch the deal out and just say fuck it in the end and not pay the guys. And that's what he did with this, everybody. He took this case, he stretched it out, and he didn't pay the deal on it. Flat out. He started stretching out the deal, and then he wanted shit for free in the end. I know they're he's cursing. If you don't like strong language, and I suggest you just go to another channel, okay? Oh, yeah. I think that's what his ass was doing at the bank that day. But by the time Joseph was going to the bank, Lavelle, the accounts had already been fucking frozen. I'm trying to feel. I think they froze them that morning. Like they went in and they froze them all that morning. I don't know how that works with the feds, man. I don't know how they go in about freezing accounts. I'm curious if they call like the branch manager, the bank CEO, and they'd be like, you freeze all these accounts right now. Nobody can touch them. No withdrawals, only deposits. Yeah, dumb shit was down the, no, and the Fed, dude, said that in the fucking indictment. I know Joseph was out trying to get money from the bank, man. While the raid was going down, dipshit showed up, and then when people were trying to take the assistance from the government, he shut it all down. The thing is, Joseph can't get any money. The accounts are frozen. All the accounts are frozen. And Joseph, he's scared. No, Joseph is scared for sure because he was actually the one assaulting people. He was one of the people assaulting people. The prosecutor even said in the court, he's in the court here today, and we know exactly who it is. It's Joseph. Why hasn't Joseph been on lately, man? Because he's so fucking scared. He's so scared. Yep. So, yeah. No, Joseph was volunteer. Joseph was a cuck. Still is a cuck. Still is a cuck. Still is. And again, all this was done with donor money. There was no accountability. When we look at the indictments now, I mean, the initial indictment. And just for shits and giggles, let's go ahead and listen to the fucking bond hearing for David. So refreshing. Oh, I can't wait till they get into the phones either, man. But you know what? There might not be anything in there, but there might be. I was talking to Uncle Jake about this. He's like, hey, Rich, there might not be anything in there.
Okay, so here's 4 myths about power banks that not everyone knows. Number 1, bigger means
we'll just
better.
Have to wait and see, man. If that's the case, I mean, I pray to God that there's nothing in there for David's sake. Who bought the cult member suits and dresses? Probably David. And that, Luca, that's where I'm at with it too, is the digital currency. That's what I was thinking. Maybe that's where they had the digital currency, was in those phones, because David had a Bitcoin wallet. Yeah, and nothing is ever really deleted. Emails, text messages, all that shit. Hey, you guys, if you think you can delete shit, don't just... If you're questioning whether or not you should fucking delete something on your phone because it can get you in trouble, just think if it's on your phone, it's already got you in trouble, okay? Just let you know that. Yeah, I have YouTube subscription. Yeah. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I think no. What I found out, Curly, from some of these sources, if they're watching, hello, no, David purchased 100 iPhones for the cult. So the feds have to locate 100 phones, and I'm just that there's a lot of phones they got to recover, you guys, and they're gonna fucking find out because they can just as easily go to Apple, get a warrant, be like, okay, we need the phones for this transaction, we need all their fucking serial numbers, and we need their locations too because we're doing an investigation. It's that easy. The feds already have a warrant for all the phones, but they're finding out there's more. Like I said, this is still a very active investigation.
Calling case 2520560, United States of America versus David Taylor.
Sarah Cohen, on behalf of the United States. Thank you. Just put your appearance again on the record, please.
Oh, Scott Rosenblum. I'm sorry. I was just getting notes for what you're going to say.
Oh, okay. All right. Mr. Taylor, I'm going to say some things that the folks in this courtroom have probably heard a couple more times today, but it is part of my decision-making process.
What's up, Bigfoot? Got you, bro.
And the first thing is you are entitled to the presumption of innocence. There is nothing that has taken place in this hearing today, anything that was in the government's proffer, its memorandum, or anything that I might set forth in any finding that's intended or should affect that presumption of your innocence. And this is a detention hearing, and it's governed by the Bail Reform Act. And that act says that detention is considered an exceptional step. Bond is presumed unless it is determined that there are no conditions or combination of conditions that will reasonably assure your appearance or reasonably assure the safety of the community. And the act requires that I impose the least restrictive measures to provide those reasonable assurances. Now, in your case, with the charges that you are facing, it is a presumption case. And that means that these charges are so serious by their very nature that Congress has decided that it is presumed you don't get bond. But as your lawyer said, that presumption can be overcome. And I understand the government has a belief that they haven't overcome the presumption, but you just need some evidence to overcome it. You don't have a criminal history, and you have ties to varying communities. So I'm going to assume that you have overcome the presumption of detention. But then I have to look to the 3142G factors. They were all talked about here today in some way, shape, or another, and they're in the government's brief, and they're talked about in the brief that was filed by your lawyer. The first is the nature and circumstances of the offense. It's laid out in the indictment. It's very serious. These allegations are horrific. I understand that this is ostensibly a church, but from where the court sees it, it has serious questions. If churches that I know don't operate in this manner, and this is a presumption case, and so this factor, the nature and circumstances of the offense, and I understand you have what you have telling me a formidable defense to what is laid out in the indictment and the nature and circumstances. But what I'm looking at, it's serious. It weighs in favor of detention. Then I consider the weight of the evidence. It's not the weight of the evidence of your guilt or innocence. It's the weight of the evidence as to your risk of non-appearance or danger to the community. And as to your risk of non-appearance, the government has set forth here today and in its memorandum, that you have some financial means, potentially. I don't know if it's super significant for you to go a lot of places, but what's really concerning about me is that you have ties so many different places, in so many different states, and you have supporters, I'm hearing, 200,000 people, and that gives me some concern that you are a risk of non-appearance. through your ties and your supporters. And they only have to convince me by a preponderance of the evidence. And they've come really close to that. But I'm mostly concerned about the danger to the community, and they have to show clear and convincing evidence. And I look at what's set forth in the affidavit. Those aren't just, there's allegations, yes, but there's actual text messages that are set forth that enhance what's in the affidavit. And then I heard in the government's proffer today, and I understand this is an ongoing investigation and they are still uncovering things. And the things that they have told me today that they have uncovered are very concerning, very disturbing, and, you know, indicative of your dangerousness. And I think your history and characteristics as well. You don't have a criminal history. And by your lawyer, you've been, you know, serving in this ministry, and you have, you know, you have supporters here who believe in you. And, you know, that would be a good thing in your favor, but it also cuts the other way too, because what's laid out here in this indictment and what I've read is really concerning, Mr. Taylor. You are alleged to lead this organization that is alleged to have engaged in some activity that is incredibly troubling, concerning to the court. So I think this all speaks to your dangerousness to the community, and I know your supporters completely disagree, but you don't have all just supporters. There are people who, you know, you're going to have your witnesses at trial that say none of this happened. They're going to have their people that tell a very different story, and that's not unusual in situations like this. But from my vantage point, I'm extremely concerned. I'm also really concerned because there's no real good place right now for me to tell you where you could go, where you would be. No, you let me talk.
Okay.
You've talked. I know you proposed an address.
Imagine David's fucking brain telling him, hey, you should say something to her right now. You're like, hey, you should tell her something. Tell her something. Cut her off. That was David getting told to shut the fuck up by the judge. He's like, okay. Okay. I'll be quiet, Your Honor. Shh.
In this, you let me talk. Me to tell you where you could go, where you would be. No, you let me talk.
Okay.
You've talked. I know you proposed an address in this district that hasn't tell you because there's no real good place right now for me to tell you where you could go, where you would be. No, you let me talk.
Okay.
You've talked. I know you proposed an address in this district that hasn't been vetted by pretrial services. I have no idea where that is. You don't have, you know, you have some ties to this district. There was a church place here. But I'm not convinced that anything pretrial services has offered. You know, I think one of the bond conditions of your co-defendant was to be completely separated from the church. I don't think that's possible here. I don't think there's any bond condition where, you know, where you're proposing to live in North Carolina. That's still part of this whole organization.
Yeah, go figure, he lied. Right, Chickpea? No way, like a big fucking shocker that he lied. And it's like, Your Honor, we could have told you that. We could have told you he's going to lie from the get-go. It's like, hey, big fucking twist, David lied. Right, Chickpea? Big fucking twist to the story, everybody. David lied.
That's still part of it. And your supporters, if I understand what the government's saying in their investigation, you know, part of that is to protect Mr. Taylor. And I don't know how the extent that protection might go, but Mr. Taylor.
Right here, you know, this for me, let me tell y'all something. This for me right here, this let me know this judge was serious, that she had a genuine fucking concern about what she heard. Something happened Something happened before they even came out to the bench. There was a meeting in the judge's chambers, I'm sure. I know there was. I fucking know there was. Whatever was said, I don't know. But something was said to the judge. And this right here, you could hear her concern. Like, she lets out that sigh. She's like, I can't. There's nothing I can do for you.
And I don't know how the extent that protection might go. But, Mr. Taylor, I think the only way I can keep the community safe and, to separate you from this organization, that's the only bond condition I could think, that would, I could possibly consider. I don't know how to do it at this point. And bond requires trust. And, you say there's some discrepancies in the pretrial services report. But for me, I could see that you weren't completely forthcoming with the pretrial services officer. And I have a problem with that. That's your opportunity. And it doesn't appear that you were fully transparent. These allegations, what the government said in its proffer, I understand that the co-defendant, that individual did get bond, but I think these supporters heard, earlier in the case before this, I look at the cases individually, and your particular role, these particular allegations, what the government has said in its proffer, I do not believe, and I understand that we've got 2 pretrial services report that recommended bond with conditions, but from my vantage point, I do not believe that any of those conditions are sufficient to really assure your appearance and assure the safety of the community. And I know this ruling will come as a great disappointment.
That's what it's all about, the safety of the community. That's why we have judges like this. Like, it's not about stopping the scam or anything. It's about the safety. Just like she said, this is the only way I can keep the community safe from you.
Conditions are sufficient to really assure your appearance and assure the safety of the community. And I know this ruling will come as a great disappointment to all of you who are sitting there, who are supportive of this. But that's my decision. And I'm going to enter an order that keeps you in custody pending the resolution of your case. You do have a right to appeal. I fully expect that you will. No matter what my decision was today, somebody was going to appeal. And to that end, I have been informed that Judge Berg has Tuesday, October 21st at 9 o'clock available should there be an appeal that needs to be heard.
We'll take that date.
Well, you'll have to take it up with them. But,
right.
Your lawyer did a good job on your behalf. I just happened to disagree with him on the arguments that he made. And I agree with the government on this one, that detention is warranted. I have nothing further. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a nice day. Take him back to his fucking jail cell. Please get this piece of shit out of my fucking courtroom. What if court was really like that? Judge says, okay, have a nice day. Take this piece of shit out of my courtroom. Take this sloppy fucking man walrus out of my courtroom. Just bangs the gavel down. All right, we're off the record. Take this slimy piece of shit out of here. Mr. Taylor, you're lucky I'm not a lawyer, because if I was your lawyer, I'd throw you under the fucking bus. It does. And you know what? It's until April. But this, you guys, you really got to look at the, let's like talk real on this for a minute, right? When we really sat back and take a look at this has never happened to David. This is a big fucking reality check for David. And I was having this conversation with Uncle Jake today, man. I was like, Uncle Jake, what do you think it's like for David right now? What do you think his day-to-day life is right now? And we're on the same page. It's like an emotional fucking roller coaster, ups and downs all day. Whether or not he's getting bullied on in jail, I don't know. I could see him as in protective custody because he could very well be a target because now there's child abuse involved. So the feds could put him in PC. Well, guess what? Well, guess what though, Kid Frost? All the money, guess what? I'm sure they opened up a different account. Yeah. Is the original lawyer out? Rosenblum? Yeah, it's Mike Rosenblum, I think his name is, or some shit like that. I'm not sure. It's David's lawyer. Yeah. The cult though, Kid, they're still able to run it because they still give a fuck. They don't care that they're being watched either. Like, they know they're being watched and they're like, fuck it, we're still gonna do whatever we want. And the prosecutor even brought that up at one point, like, hey, Your Honor, even though they know they're still being investigated, they are still continuing their operation as if nothing ever happened. As if nothing ever happened. They don't care. They in their world, the laws of the secular world don't apply. That's why David and Michelle are in the shit they're in now, is because money laundering, tax evasion, we're going to possibly be looking at human trafficking. I talked to law enforcement throughout this. Not a lot, but there are a few. And one asked me one time why I thought it was human trafficking. Like, why do you think it's human trafficking, Rich? And I was like, well, the one thing that is listed on, I'll even bring it up here. That's listed on the DHS website. And this was huge, man. This one stuck out like a sore fucking thumb. It's called, what is it? The Blue. There it is. Indicators. That's what it is, the Blue campaign. Let's take a peek here. There was another one. It was, you see, like a lot of people in one location and not a lot of cars. That was one of the big ones. And I just like expressed that to law enforcement. I was like, you got like 50 people living in that hotel there, and there's maybe like 5 or 6 cars there. Yeah, one of his prophecies came true. CNN ran a story about him. I mean, if we really go through here and we start checking on these right here, I mean, how many of these could we honestly check off with David and his cult? Seriously. And this isn't me making this shit up. This is DHS, man. This is the DHS website. This isn't something fucking Rich Holmes made up. This isn't something say, hey, let's go ahead and make up these whack ass fucking guidelines for human trafficking. No, this is our own governing body that put these guidelines into place for human trafficking. Honestly, disconnected from family, friends? Yeah, one. Absolutely. House of worship, they were trafficked into a house of worship. No, I know they were attending school. Change in behavior? Absolutely. I do believe, I don't think juveniles were, but I think there were commercial sex acts, person disoriented, mental or physical abuse. Absolutely. Absolutely. Bruises. We know people are being abused. Is the person fearful, timid, or submissive? Yes, they were. Denied food, water, sleep, or medical care? Yes. We know they were denied all of that shit now. We know they were denied all of that shit now. So, hey, let's just go ahead and lay human trafficking on the table. Is the person often in the company is someone to whom he or she defers? Yes. 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 Someone seems to be in control of the situation, where they go or who they talk to. Absolutely. That's the biggie right there. Is the person often in the company is someone to whom he or she defers? Yes. Yes. All around to that one. Absolutely. Does a person appear to be coached on what to say? Yes. Is a person living in unsuitable conditions? Yes, they live in some fucking shitty hotel in Houston. Yeah, Kennedy, I'm still kind of on the fence about Joseph, though. No, I found out Joseph was an abusive prick, dude, and he wasn't very nice. Lack personal possessions and appeared to not have suitable living conditions. Yes, their personal possessions, like they could probably pack them all up in a small bag and fucking roll out. Does the person have freedom of movement? No. Can the person freely leave where they live? No. Are there unreasonable security measures? Yes. So with human trafficking, what do we got? 3, 6, 9, 12, about 13 fucking criteria. They check about 8 of them or 9 of them for sure. So why aren't the feds putting human trafficking on the table? I don't know. It very well should be, and maybe it's coming. We don't know that yet. They're still investigating, you guys. They still have phones they got to go through. I mean, they're going to have years of data to go back and analyze. And I'm curious how they do all this, man. I mean, think about how much intelligence the feds gathered when they raided these locations, you guys. I mean, you're talking boxes of paperwork, documents, phones, money. And I text one of our sources today and they're Ellie, and I asked them what about the raid cost, and they're like 55 to 60 roughly. I've heard about him before David grabbed him. He was an amazing man. Yeah, Joseph. Yeah, see, kind of crossed about Joseph. But the thing is Joseph claims to have a degree in fucking mental health. Well, if he does, he shouldn't have been doing this shit. Yeah, and you're right, kid. They will. They'll have followers. They will have followers until the end of days. Exactly. They will have followers until the end of days. Like Jenny Janiak right here, right? Jenny Janiak will be one. These guys. Lord. This is what screwed David over in the end right here. Yeah. This made matters worse for David right here. This whole thing, them showing up to the courthouse like this with signs saying they're not a cult. It just proves that they're a cult. The FBI lies. I mean, the signs they had, some of them were just fucking ridiculous. They were just absolutely ridiculous, some of the signs they were holding up. But yeah, it really didn't help David in the end. This really only made it worse for him. Oh, the FBI arrested our pastor. Yeah, because you guys were fucking laundering money. That's what they don't get. Oh, yeah, this fuck David. We're a church, not a cult. Then you got Ricky Hicks up there. I am not a victim. Free David E. Taylor. Yep, that's him, Kevin. Yep. And we're not doxing him, by the way. He's already come out on the news. Yeah, he put this video up. I got more views than he did. That's kind of funny. I keep telling him every time they put a video up and I upload it, like, hey, thanks for the video. Thanks for showing us what idiots you guys are, because this in the end, it didn't help him. This only made matters worse for David in the end, everybody. Didn't help him. Them standing out there with signs. Nope. I know. Great spokesperson to go out and protect the cult. Yeah, great person. Look, they're walking around with their signs with the Louisiana appearance, like face to face, like trying to pitch their image. Like, hey, You could see God face to face too. Like, look at this. What do you think would happen if I showed up and started filming? They'd probably all fucking disperse like a bunch of roaches when a fucking light turned on. They'd be like, fuck, he's here. He's here. God damn it, he's here. It's like, he's here. Yeah, what? Who was it? I think it was Ted Morgan, maybe. I don't even want to say what he said. Yeah, this isn't going to help. Like this isn't going to make the judge happy with the cult. I think they would too. Skilo. I think they'd all flee. They'd fucking be like, shit, he's here. Fuck. God damn it. How did he get this address? Yeah, Kevin. And that's, that's the one thing we've always talked about here, right? That's why we're so open about mental health. Dude, there's a lot of mental health issues on this sidewalk. Very sad. Free David E. Taylor. Like they were for real out in the garage chanting. This is this guy was actually out at the hotel. Fuck, I forget his name. But yeah, he was the guy that was standing in the wannabe like tactical outfit in the Houston hotel as security guard. That's him. That's him. So yeah, that's the last video they put out. Let's see here. Let's take a peek here. That's his second channel. Okay, and this is.
Thank you, Lord. Our spirit, Lord God. Lucifer.
Look, check it.
Street 2 minutes. Bam. This is what I see.
It looks like a washed up fucking Rick James, man. Look at him. This is one of David's cult members right here.
Nope. 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 I'm finna get out this sun. I'm about to go in some shade, and I'm gonna tell you what we're finna do about this, right? Talking, and I heard mention Jesus. I stopped, bam. I heard you say Jesus. Tell me about him, what you know. Immediately, that's how I do when I'm out here. What you know, what you know, what you know. That's what I say. Don't play with me, I love him. So she started telling me, another person walks up. They were very, like, heavy. But me and her engaged into a conversation and found out she's a dreamer. And she used to you do in dream interpretation and she needed help with that. And I'm like, well, wow. I told her my history and we connected and she told me about this dream. She said, I always had a dream from the time I was 13 till I was 35 about a white horse. I haven't had the dream in a while, but recently I just had a dream about that same white horse. But she said.
Notice the body movements? Hey, what's up, Leanne? Hey, you notice the body movements?
This time, that white horse I dreamed about, it wasn't just one horse, it was 4 white horses in armor ready for battle. Ooh. 3 days ago, this is just happening. And I go to church and she teaching about the horsemen, and she brought out the white horseman first and started expounding on it and telling us what this means. It's the white horseman, she taught us it.
He's on the white horse. That's what he's on, Leanne. He's on the white horse. He's talking about the white horse, and he's on the white horse.
False belief, false religion is going to twist and brainwash you. The white horse is here to brainwash your belief system, to normalize and satanic things like that. No. People,
yeah, David's protege. Yeah. Let's see here. I don't know why Jenny put that video up on public. Stupidest thing she could have done. Here's JD Janiak's page. She's got 2 of them.
Need a key fob? Don't go to the dealer. Keyless Entry Remote Inc. has you covered.
And she has an AI filter on too, by the way.
Hey guys, I just wanted to come on here real quick. I know a lot of people have been seeing what's been going on in the news.
I still have that video too, Skilo. I still have that video. Yeah, I've disseminated that amongst so many people. Yeah. Yeah. Because I took those threats pretty serious, man. I did. At the end of the day, Skilo, dude, those threats were serious, man. I don't give a fuck you use God or not, dude. No, fuck that. You can't do that. I know Christianity's a hell of a drug. No, you can't act like that as a fucking prophet. No way. No way. You can't act like that as a prophet. David's all, yeah, you can. I'm a prophet. I do it all the time. And I've been getting away with it for this long. So you know what? I'm just going to keep doing it. And he did.
The ministry, I've gotten a lot of texts from you guys asking if I'm okay, all of that. So just wanted to make a video and let you know, yes, I'm okay, I'm doing good. I'm saving souls, I'm ministering the gospel to people. We're seeing so many miracles, just wonderful things taking place still in the ministry in spite of all of this. I mean, honestly, we are rejoicing, we're thanking God. You know, the Bible talks about persecution. And
she's out living in a hotel. It's the best I've had in a long time. I mean, these people need to go home. Hey, Jenny, Jenny Janik, if you're watching this, listen up. Listen up real closely, cult members, too. If you're listening, let me tell you something. All these houses are going to get repossessed by the government by the end of the year. You want a prophecy? That's a prophecy that I'm giving to you guys. These properties, October, you guys got about 90 days. You guys got about 90 days. I give it maybe 180 at the most. Those houses are all going to be repoed by the government. Every single one of them. I'd highly recommend you guys all go home. Don't be whining and bitching when the government comes and says, all right, everybody get the fuck out. These are ours. We're repossessing them. Hang on a second here. 3 is perfect. Hang on. Okay, sorry. I was texting Matt Moore. Me and Matt Moore have a schedule this weekend. Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah, you have to be blonde to join this cult. You have to be a bottle blonde too.
so we are rejoicing over here. The Bible says to rejoice in persecution. So we are rejoicing. You know, I just wanted to even just share, you know, the media says, you know, what they want to say. And they don't tell you the whole truth, you know. So one of the things that they're saying is, you know, that we're victims, you know, of Apostle Taylor and Michelle. And that they treat us badly, you know, all of this stuff, which is crazy. That's so crazy because they have been so good. I know Apostle and Michelle have been so good.
We've been stuck in this hotel working on the phone because I don't know where David is. Yes, they had seen, for the most part, Kennedy, yeah, the government has pretty much locked everything down. Yes. Everything's pretty much under like federal eye. Yes, absolutely. I think like his favorite women, like I think he favored people like that. That was the thing. It's like I'm with Kid Frost tracking. Yeah, the text messages say otherwise. And like the judge said, like the text messages, you know, I think David used food as a weapon. And the text messages prove it. I'll bet Alyssa Kay was eating real fucking good. I'll bet she was eating whatever the fuck she wanted when she was there with David. The judge even, or the prosecutor even said, Alyssa Kay, she's a female. I'll leave it at that. She served David just like Michelle did in the same manner. I'll leave it at that. David was using food as a weapon. The indictment says so. The text messages say so. And we always told David, hey, David, don't commit your crimes on your phone. Nobody wanted to fucking listen to us. But hey, David's all, hey, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and send these text messages out, okay? Because it's not a bad idea. It's quick. I don't have to fucking travel anywhere to tell people this shit. You know what? Let me just go ahead and fire it off in this text message. That can be tracked on my phone. That's a good idea. And that's what came around and bite him in the ass. Vlad's a fucking shithead. We're not on Vlad tonight, Skilo. We're not on Vlad tonight. We're on David and his cases and just the David raid. I am no one, isn't it? Isn't it so refreshing? Oh yeah, he got raided August 27th, Kennedy. He got raided. He's in jail on no bond. Michelle got out on bond, house arrest she has 30 days to get out from underneath the cult financially. Yeah, shitstorm. What's the site to listen to the court hearing? Oh, here, bro. I got you, bro. I got you, big dog. Hold on. Here, kid. I got you. Here's... There's that one, kid. That's one. That's two. Okay, Alyssa Kay. I'll show you.
Go down the whole room. I don't care if it's empty seats in there, but I want you to see all of these seats are filled at different times. How many of you heard of Liberty University with Jerry Falwell? And of course, we got other people coming. But I want her to tell her whole testimony, and I don't want you to hold back. I want you to talk even about your parents and all of that, because this is the thing. We want people to understand what goes on here.
Alyssa still is main squeeze.
I want y'all to tell me where you're watching from. Don't stop. And I want you to constantly go to those phones.
This is off an old channel of one of theirs. It's called JMMI TV. This is from 6 years ago. And it's had very little traffic in the last 6 years. This channel was a fucking gold mine of content. Right here.
Listen, we're raising finances.
I've heard your story. It's so awesome. And from the first time I came here, I thought, wow, God's got his hand on.
To submit.
Right there.
Under, what my parents would say a black man's ministry. And I found myself battling that racism. They were not able to see, what I could see through this ministry.
She was
and not only that, but
she was found with David, and the prosecutor said she treated everybody just like Michelle did. Alyssa was found with David. Okay. That's what the prosecutor said. She was found with David and was very much like Michelle. She was another Michelle. She did. She gave up university, went to David's cult, and is stuck there since. What she's saying is true right now about her parents. That's all true. It's all true, man, unfortunately. It's fucked up. That's why we said this man is a dangerous man. He isolated all these people from their fucking families.
Just all these issues of, we spent all this money and now you want to go off and do something where, you're not going to be getting a regular paycheck, and I explained to them, it wasn't like that, but I think it might be good to explain this. So
exactly right, Kevin. All the blondes that David favored treated the others horribly. Exactly. He shit on people he didn't like, and then he treated everybody else that he liked like with fucking. I could cheat the government for money. I probably could. I thought about it a lot of times. Yeah, this is just another one of David's victims, man. And it fucking sucks, dude. Like the prosecutor even said, most of these people in here are victims. They just don't know it yet. They don't. Yeah, this is Alyssa. This is Alyssa K. She has her own YouTube channel titled Alyssa K. Kennedy? I don't know, bro. I don't know. Don't know. We've said that a lot of times, like how David has all these surrounded by all these beautiful women. What did he do? Like, does he smell good or something? Like, but you guys want to know what I think? This is what I think. And I think it fits the bill. David.
Hallelujah. Have given 100. It's amazing. And
David being the slob that he is, I think he had to buy women things. I personally think he had to buy women things in order for them to get in bed with him. Not all. Not all. I'm sure some women got into bed with him willingly, but most of these women, I'm sure he had to buy him gifts in order for them to like fucking give it up. I think so too. I think so too, Kevin. I think they're going to, once they see all the evidence on David, they're going to be like, yeah, no, fuck him. He's going to jail for life. 20 consecutive. I'm sitting outside JBMI and Taylor. Much eating taco. No, are you serious, Surrealism? Tell me you're not lying, bro. Hey, if you're for real, dude, if you are, dude, that's super fucking legit. If you are, dude, that's dope as fuck. I'm with you. Dude, that's legit if you are. Yeah, love bombers. Yeah, and that's what David did. And I've had some talks with Cliff. It's something we've agreed on, and I think we all agree on this. They need to bring in specialists on this case. There's only a couple cars there. Okay, cool. Bitchin'. All right, so look, Surrealism's got eyes on the place. He's like, hey, there's only a couple cars here. Yeah, Surreal. I think most of them are either in Houston, Ocala. Where else could they go? 15400 Tempage. Maybe 18205 Hager Lane. I mean, but don't go to these places. You guys stay away from them, right? Like if you're just out there sitting in the other parking lot, that's cool. But yeah, just you guys, it's never any violence, you guys. Never. I mean, David is a public figure, so all this stuff was done by public record, so I don't see how it's doxing anybody. Oh, me and Cliff have some nice conversations. We do, man. Every time I just like want to talk to him just for a few minutes, it ends up in like 45 minutes to an hour. And we just talk, man. We'll just talk about life, bullshit, David, whatever. They got cars and the iPhones. Yeah. Well, what I found out from one of the sources that came forward recently, very nice people, you guys. These people are, You know, like after these people are no different than you or me, man. What's so fucking cool about it is like you take David out of you take the common denominator, which is the gutter walrus right here, David Taylor, and these people like you and me, man, they're no different, no different. They got families, friends. They make mistakes like we do. Had some really fucking awesome conversations with people from this cult, man, like the survivors of this cult. And it also lets me realize that I'm not alone in my struggles, man. And it's fucking enlightening. I could say that. I had one the other day with one of them. And it was to hear somebody that dealt with the very same struggles that I dealt with in life. And it's not even a fucking exaggeration. I'm like, man, like it feels good to know that you also like struggle with that too. And they're like, yeah, I'm still here. If Christianity had a Renaissance fair. What if Christianity had like a Ren fair? Had a Ren fair. Be a Christian Ren fair. Be nice if Christianity had a Renaissance. Yeah, I don't think it'll happen though. David's all have a Renaissance. It's gonna be called the Running Renaissance. And he's all, it's gonna be in my pad, okay? He's all, we'll call it the Running Renaissance, and everybody has to wear maxi pads during the main battle. That'll be your last stand, okay? Is your shitty filled maxi pad. Anyways, back to the deposition lies. But yeah, people were wondering who Alyssa K was, and that's her, man. That's her. Got to her very young. I'm convinced too. Groomed her, probably underage. Jenny Janik was no different. The engrafted world, which is able to save your soul. Hey, what's up, Bronco? Yeah. So yeah, this is when David had the jmmyprayers@gmail.com, but we spammed the shit out of that. Just trying to fucking make it hard on him, man. I mean, this channel's really dope because it shows a lot of the people that okay. And again, these people have Facebooks. I'm not doxing them. We know who these people are. This is all public record. This is Amanda King right here, okay? Remember how the prosecutor said Amanda King and she's friends with David, and I'll just leave it at that. Well, David and Amanda, I mean, Amanda King has probably sent David hundreds of nude pictures. And again, the prosecutor said we don't care about that. And I found some stuff out recently about Amanda King. Sounds like she might be waking the fuck up. Amanda, if you're listening and you need help, let us know. We'll get you out, okay? Amanda, it's better on the other side, okay? I promise you. Amanda, get out. Just walk away, Amanda. I know you're a veteran, all right? I know you have a pension somewhere coming in. Just walk out. Well, not only his curly girl, but other people's, his cellies. Because again, you guys, look, there's main winch right there. Yeah, Gabe, I can't believe his staff is running it. Yep, staff is running it. And that's something the prosecutor brought up. Yeah, David is looking at minimum 20 years federal prison imprisonment. At 58, that's pretty much at the end of his pathetic life. Federal system isn't like state prison where you can parole out after a year or two. Federal prison is day for day. Prison is hard on people. Eating of ramen noodles with squeezed cheese all day, every day sitting on your butt in a cell, not moving. And Jesus, BFF David is already in bad shape. He's very gluttonous from eating $10,000 crab dinners per FBI findings. Yes, facts. Gabe, come join the live. He's right. He's right. Yeah, per count. Yeah, they're still collecting donations somehow, and I don't know how. They must have got some fucking phones or something. Yeah, she's a veteran. Yeah, I think, Air Force, I think. Yeah, Air Force. A lot of these people, like, yeah, I know that guy. Yeah, there's Debbie Frazier sitting right in the fucking front desk. Like, David literally brought all of his members up on stage this day on this telethon. Like, he ran, like, look, this is his whole, this was the scam that he had down in the hotel in Houston. Okay, Surreal. Hey, Surrealism, will you get in touch with me offline, bro? Drop me a text here, dude, will you? That's my Google Voice number. But yeah, here, this is, you guys, this is what David moved down to Houston too. This is what we saw in Houston. Look how dark it is. It's like just dark, right? I think that's all part of it. Yeah, this is the call center. This is the mobile call center. We told everybody he could pick this shit up and move it. It's too easy. And he did. He did. It was multiple fucking states, man. He was running a multi-state fucking call center operation. One in Houston, one in Texas, one in Taylor. When you're doing it like he was, Rock Island, yeah, there's a problem with it, okay? But this was a money-making machine, and he was laundering money. I know you don't know the whole details of all this, Rock Island, and that's cool, but you let the big kids talk, okay? But yeah, this was it. This was it. And then we saw this same one down in Houston. It's dark for a reason. It's to keep everybody fucking down and depressed and shit. Yeah, like to keep everybody fucking so they don't know what's going on outside. Yeah, that's what's real dope about this is just all evidence for the feds if they want to be like, where can we find all this evidence at? Yep.
And pray, and then they start their work all through the day and night. Some of them.
He even says it. He even says it on camera. Look, they work all day and night.
We pray here every morning. This staff prays every morning.
Rock Island. This was a money laundering operation, dude. It was. This was nothing more than a fucking money grinding machine, dude. And again, talking to some of these survivors that have come out recently, let me tell you something. They told me during COVID, they made fucking like 11 million during COVID the first year. When COVID first kicked out, that first year, $11 million they brought in. 11 million. So the $50 million is fucking nothing.
Come here every morning and pray, and then they start their work all through the day and night. Some of them work overtime just to reach souls, just to pray for people's
overtime with no pay
lives. Come on, you can give them a great big God bless you. The laborers. It is not what we.
And you know what, Kevin? I've been thinking like, dude, if I do get called to the stand and the lawyer starts eating me up, it'd be like, I didn't have to go to his church. He did everything online. So I just watched this shit online and found out it was a fucking cult. He committed all his crimes online, sir. Just so he could get $10,000 worth of fucking crab legs. Yeah. You want to badger me? Well, your client committed all his shit online. What do you want me to say? We told him not to, and he didn't listen. We told him not to. We're like, David, don't commit your crimes online. Hello. But he's like, you know what? Fuck that. I'm just going to go ahead, do all these text messages and the phones. I'm going to fucking video document everything, okay? Because I'm reaching souls. But no, it turned into a money-making, laundering, fucking human trafficking operation, man. They can't
do up here on this stage. That's the main thing. It's what we do behind the scenes every day. I heard Mike Murdoch say, it is not what you do occasionally.
Oh, dude, this guy was a fucking predator, Rock Island. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, this was a predatory fucking organization. This was all predatory, bro. This had nothing to do, man. Once David started this and he found out how much money he could make and grift off of it, dude, he just stuck with it and he dug in deep like a tick, man. He dug in really fucking deep behind his 501c3, man, and hid all this shit for years, dude.
It's what you do daily. It's what we do daily that has caused us to be successful and reach the masses in all the nations of the world. And that's why you see people like my dear daughter Susan on the front row, who gave $100,000 to this ministry.
Exactly. And the fact, right, Kevin? This is why the money was so easy to track, especially for Nellie's property, dude. That was a money launderer's wet fucking dream, dude. And they're like, hey, we'll buy it. We'll buy it. Yeah, if anybody's telling you, if some dude walks up to you, say, hey, I saw God in person, join my ministry, be like, yeah, nope, I'll go home and read my Bible. That's Jenny Janiak. That's Jenny. I've got some emails from her calling me fucking all kinds of shit. Well, it's from David, actually, but it came through Jenny's email. It was David, but the way David does it is he gang stalks people, so he sends it through like multiple emails. That way nobody can know where it came from. And then they'll send it to me. It's happened a lot of times. And you could tell David's got like sausage finger texting. Yeah. But yeah, this is Jenny. This is one of his concubines. All these women have probably given it up to David at some point, except for her. I don't think she did. She got pregnant from somebody else in the ministry. Yeah.
What you're doing.
That's Jenny. This is...
Explain the behind the scenes operation. Explain the importance of relocating people like you've done the 70 that are here now.
She's given up a portion of her VA pension every month to him. I don't know how much, but she is.
So if people want to know what I do with the money, yeah, that's what we do. We invest it in people who are the laborers. And here they're being trained. Here they're being raised up. They get there. When I came, I'm a missionary. Now I'm gonna say this, you know, when people think of a missionary going to Africa and see the babies that are sick, and when a person leaves from America to go to another country, everybody is all up in arms. Oh, this is so
great. You do, and again, it is his blackmail after he gets their pictures.
Great or whatever. But when you say be a missionary to America, it's like,
you know, and imagine that.
And so, you know, that fourth night, I heard God speak to me. And at that time, I had missed on a scholarship of baseball.
I heard through the grapevine, Kennedy, that it might be Malachi's. It could be Malachi's. Because I know for sure that Ashley only dates black guys. I know that as a fact. Ashley will only date black guys. That's all she does. I know that for a fact. Nah, David, the only thing about David that's going to get right in prison is his fucking back door. It's going to get right in prison. It's going to get righted. You guys, whether it was one child abuse or fucking 20, like, prisoners don't care. Okay? They find out that David was abusing children, or he was facilitating the abuse of children. They don't care. They don't care. There is no laws in fucking prison about that. Prisoners don't care. And David does. And we're going to close it out with this. Yeah, Malachi. I think. Okay. I haven't confirmed that yet. I've been trying to find some information out on it. No, Ashley, I think Ashley is somehow still connected. I don't know. I don't know. Her best friend told me to fucking get her out. Asked me, then her friend fucking died, man. It's fucking sucked. Yeah. Yeah, that was shitty how that whole situation went down. Finding out about Ashley, how it was fuck. Like that's the one story, man. That's the one person, like, because of everything I was told. And then yeah. Like that fucking sucks for Ashley. Like I have a specific heart for Ashley, and I don't like anybody talking shit about her. I don't. Ashley, if you're watching, man, if you need help, Ashley, fuck, get in touch with us. We'll help you. I won't even ask questions, okay? I won't. I know who you are. I know everything about you, Ashley, for the most part. I know about your past. Ashley, if you need help, seriously, if you need help and you don't know what to do, get in touch with me, okay? We'll help you. We'll help you. No questions asked. Nobody here will badger you. We won't even ask you. Ashley, we're here. Swear to God. Ashley, your best friend. Your best friend, Ashley, she got in touch with me. This was I think it was about a year or two maybe after you went into the cult. Let me tell you this, Ashley. All right? I'm going to tell you this now because your friend passed. And it was fucking sad. I was super bummed because of how it happened, Ashley. Like your friend had hit me up, and if I remember her name, I think it was Jessica or something. If I think it was Jessica. Ashley, she showed me pictures of you. She showed me pictures of you and her in the fucking sandbox and bathing suits at the beach, all types of shit. When you guys were younger, she's like, look, this is my friend Ashley. And I need to tell you this. I'm not going to tell you everything about the whole past of it, but she's like, what is this place? And I was like, it's a cult. She's like, okay. I know she's going there to sleep with that man. Me and my dad had this conversation. This is what your friend was telling me, Ashley. They knew you were going there to be with like David. They knew. And then what happened, Ashley? Let me tell you how this happened. Your friend's cousin had emailed me about, I don't know, maybe 6 months, 8 months later, hitting me up about what we were talking about. And then she told me that her cousin had fucking passed away from an overdose, Ashley. Like your friend was very concerned about you. I want you to know that if you ever come across this video, I want you to know that, Ashley, that your friend was very, very concerned about you. She said, will you please get her out of that place? I was like, we'll do everything in our power that we can, for sure. And I was like, for whatever reason, I don't know why. I don't know why that one like stuck with me so much. Maybe because of the past story that I was told about the family. And it just, like, that one's buried fucking deep with me, you guys. Ashley, if you need help, we're here, man. Fuck. Like, Ashley, you got my heart, girl. Shit. Yeah, they're gonna find videos of Ashley, pictures of Ashley. Absolutely. They are gonna find pictures and videos of her. They're gonna find pictures and videos of let's see, Kathleen. They'll find pictures and videos of, let's see. They're going to find pictures and videos of her. You guys, they're going to find pictures and videos of damn near every woman. They're going to find a shit ton of Michelle for sure. It's fucking sad. It is. It's bullshit. Yeah. And that's the thing, Ashley, we saw you break down on camera. You couldn't hide that. Sorry, you couldn't hide that from the women here. Me, a little bit different, but the women are like, no, something's wrong, Rich. Something's wrong. And I think we were pretty dead on, Ashley. Something was wrong that night. Something happened. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, they're going to find pictures of every woman that David's ever communicated with, ever had an affair with. They're going to find, they've already said, the prosecutors have already said in this case, they have found thousands of explicit images. Oh, yeah. And guess what? That's all going to come into court eventually, too. Hey, they're still posting. They're still making money. This call center is still up and running. I don't know if it's this strong anymore. Yeah, his people are trying to say the FBI are lying. That didn't help that Sydney Heifer 636. All right, we just got done listening to the bond hearing for David, and it didn't. The fact that the protesters showed up to the courthouse, this didn't help. No, it wasn't. That wasn't a normal cry, curly girl. Nope, it wasn't. Not that night. No, that was not a normal cry. Absolutely. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, man. For sure. Absolutely. Any woman that David has had an affair with, they're going to find fucking nudes of her. I promise. The prosecutor said David is a sexual predator, you guys. He is a danger. And the judge heard it. The judge heard it. Mr. Taylor, the only way I can keep the community safe and the only bond restriction is to keep you on detention. They're going to find thousands more, you guys. They've already found thousands. They're going to find thousands more, I guarantee it. Every woman that David has ever slept with, had sex with, had any kind of conversation with, or had whatever, they're going to find pictures. And they're going to find text messages, probably chats, and emails that are going to make the most seasoned federal agents fucking blush. I've heard some of the conversations. Not heard them, but I've been told about them from certain family members. I've heard the detail of some of these conversations. They're fucking disgusting. They're disgusting. Like about being smothered and getting fucked and being smothered. Yeah, real dirty. Real dirty. But this whole thing, Sydney, with the cult showing up and stuff like this outside saying the FBI lies. The judge did not like that. And this made it even worse for David. This made it even worse for David. Well, he's in jail right now. Sydney, he's in jail, no bond. He's going to sit there until April, until the case is concluded. The judge magistrate put an order, said, no, I'm not letting you out. Your endangered community's reach is no bond. Well, now that they have until April, and you know, I kind of saw this coming. We're going into the holidays. This typically happens. They're going to find emails. They're going to find emails to me, text messages, all kinds of shit. Yep. You did 9 months. Place sucks. Okay, Gabe, so you know about the place. I listened to that bond hearing. He's never coming home ever. Yeah, see, and that's, some people said he could get out, but no. Michelle will get the lighter sentence, but she'll play victim. But Michelle was sitting on fucking almost $1 million worth of fucking smuggled gold. I don't know how she's going to justify that. Like, justify this, right? Justify the $1 million of gold that you were sitting on, Michelle Brennan. You knew that gold was smuggled in illegally. You knew it, Michelle. David, you know what's funny about that? David set her up, dude. David set her up. Hey, Michelle, wherever you go, take this gold. That way, if we get busted, I don't have the gold with me, okay? Yeah, all this exactly. And I need to wrap it up for sure. I got to get up early tomorrow. Everything here that we see with the cases, it's all backfiring now. The deposition backfired. David calling himself a gangster backfired. We have cases that are overlapping with times, dates, payments. Fuck everything. Everything is backfiring now on a federal level. And you got these shitheads out here saying, hey, we're out here supporting Apostle David E. Taylor because the FBI is liars. No way. That's where David's staying, huh? You're in there with 64 others, never sleep good. The prison program is made most inconvenient as possible. Bed at 11 p.m. and you're up at 3 to trade in your whites and breakfast at 5. Oh, Cindy, they got an expensive lawyer. Oh, he's got expensive lawyers. But not even expensive lawyers are going to get him out of this because the lawyers are going to win in the long run anyways. They see all the assets they have. They're like, fuck, I'll take it anyways. I'm going to get paid. I don't imagine the food's too good, Leanne. Hey, AG, I am too, man. I'm glad everybody's back with us. You know, that like this wasn't, and I need to be clear about this to YouTube. That way they don't fucking strike my channel down. I want this was about, I mean, even YouTube, you're allowing this scam to run on your fucking platform. This is not religion. This is not a church. They are being federally prosecuted now for forced labor, fucking money laundering, fucking conspiracy to commit money laundering, conspiracy to commit forced labor. And they did it all on your platform after we reported them thousands of fucking times. And you take my channel down. You took my channel down. The one that was reporting him to you. Try and refresh, Ag. Yeah, it's almost like YouTube was aiding and abetting the criminal operation. It really was. And YouTube, we reported it for being a scam, and it was. It is. It's a scam. Fuck no, David ain't innocent. Shit. David's not innocent. You want to see the real David E. Taylor before we wrap it up? You want to see the real David E. Taylor? I will show you the real David E. Taylor. Stand by. And I've actually reported this video to YouTube, and I hope they fucking strike it, man. I have to react to it.
God, get people who fight Jesus. How you going to sit up? Well, I need to go get some better. I got to get advice. I don't know about David Taylor. I just saw this stuff on. You don't even know me. You won't even take time to get to know. And then some people do, and they've had visitations like that idiot Vicky Yowie.
If David broke free from this, no, it'd be a complete failure in the fucking justice system.
You don't hear nothing from her no more because just like God killed CL, he gonna kill that heifer too. That's right. The Bible calls them a backsliding heifer. He gonna get that heifer because she has turned so many people online who just listen to her and believe in her lies, and she on drugs. And I know that for sure when she was with us. But they're going to believe her lies. God going to get you.
I don't know what he was lying about in the pretrial. I don't. Whatever he lied about, it didn't matter. He lied. That's all that matters. Gabe, all I care about is that he lied because it fucking backfired on him. He got caught. He got caught lying to pretrial. He may as well have walked in and lied to the fucking judge. Be like, hey, Your Honor, you know what? Your opinion's a lie, okay?
But it's your choice. All I'm saying to you, I'm just trying to keep you from being doomed. Because the Son of God has appeared to me. I already know what he's going to do to you.
Okay, I have to react to this because YouTube will strike me down. and YouTube, I've reported this video to you guys for like, he was actually speaking out against a protected group and everything and doxing people with death threats.
You got this other idiot, this faggot named Rich Holmes. God's telling me to call that punk by name. He's up here speaking all this evil against us, against me on
Oh yeah, and everybody keep in mind, if you're new to the channel, he's sitting in a maxi pad.
on YouTube. You gonna die, Rich. God gonna kill you if you don't repent. Yeah, you'll be in a car accident somewhere. You just die. You listen, God will take your life in one day.
That's like fucking way big time community violations. I can't say shit like that.
You better repent. Remember, you're a chariot wheel.
You bug-eyed.
Under the red sea to me.
This is where he was in North Carolina.
A lot of people follow, just few people are so deceived. They following that faggot. And I know he's controlled by Rick Frazier. He's a faggot too. All these
David won't work out. David's going to be the only guy on a prison diet gaining weight.
pedophiles and these homosexuals, this generation following these faggot men. You a pussy, Rich Holmes.
Dude, that's like the dopest line.
You a pussy, Rich Holmes.
Mr. Tough Guy. Yeah, I got to wrap it up. I got to get up at fucking 5 tomorrow. Yeah, this is the real David Taylor, though. Oh, yeah, projecting. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, projecting. I don't know. He could have been coming on to me. It wouldn't surprise me. Okay, closing tonight. Okay, so we had 2 cases up in St. Louis that David was being sued for at the same time. We had Movie Prop Rentals that he was also being sued for all at the same time. What other case was there? And then now this one. So the fourth is a federal. Yeah. Hey, and Gabe, I know you're new to the channel, so David actually tried to sue me at one time. Okay, for real, no bullshit. You see the frame hanging up right behind me, this one? That's a cease and desist from David's lawyers, Winners and King, who tried to fucking threaten me with a lawsuit saying I need to take down the channel. Yeah, it didn't work out too well. Yeah. And these lawyers actually mentioned Winners and King. They're great lawyers. You know, I know them very well. They're great guys. Oh, yeah, fuck those guys. Fuck Winners and King. Fuckers. For real, they could try to come after me? The cases, all breach of contract. They were all breach of contract and for not paying his bills. So this case right here got sued for not paying for the residential center. And then this case right here, he got sued for not paying the lawyers that defended him for not paying for the residential center. He's like, hey, you know what? I'm going to start all these cases and just fuck everybody over in the long run. Okay? Yeah. And in closing, the reason David's sitting on no bond right now is because he thought he could fucking lie to the judge. Thought he could lie. Thought he could go in, lie to the fucking pretrial hearing and think he was going to fly with the judge. No. That guy takes all the information to the judge and says, he lied, Your Honor. He wasn't telling the truth. And the judge would be like, okay, I can't trust this guy. This guy's already lying to pretrial. Why should I let him out on bond? Yeah. Exactly. If the feds come knocking, guess what? They already have the answers. They already have the answers to the questions they want to ask you. So, yeah. When the feds come knocking, it's case closed typically, you guys. Feds don't fuck around. They come knocking, it's done, it's over with. I mean, even Deansy, I think only a few hours into it, Deansy was seeing it over in UK. That's how big of a deal this was, you guys. That's how big of a deal this was. It was hitting international news within a couple hours. Faster than that, I'd say within the first hour. The first hour, it was hitting international. 54 is like, yeah, we're getting news for it over here. What the fuck, dude? They got him. So international. It was big. It was the feds putting out a fucking message. Guess what? We're tracking your religious scammers now. And I think David is going to be the foundation for the framework, man. Yeah, she said they're a mitigating factor, but she's like, I can't trust you. You already lied. So it exploded over, main news channels in the UK. Yep. Feds come knocking, shut your mouth. And yeah. Hey, if the feds come knocking on your door, just shut the fuck up and don't say anything, okay? It's like, the only thing you should say, where's my lawyer? 3 things you should tell a cop. Where's my lawyer? That's the only things when you're getting arrested. After you read your rights, where's my lawyer? And shut the fuck up and you don't say a goddamn word until your lawyer's present. You shut up and you let the lawyer do the talking. Until then, David, he didn't let the lawyer do the talking. So he's going to try and take it to case.